Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, we back with part 2, man, with the brother Divine, man. This is how he got to the mountains, y'all. Let's get it.
All right, look, yo, what up, Divine here to God, you know. So I left y'all off with letting y'all know how it was getting to the mountains, but let me scale it back, peel the layers back, and let y'all know how I got there. So, you know, coming through state prison, getting to state prison, first and foremost, you coming from a jail. After you convicted, you receive your time, and you getting processed to go to a receiving unit. The receiving unit that I went to was Southampton Receiving, which at the time, in 98, it was classified and considered gladiator school. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. What I mean by that is, you know, they had a whole wing, Tidewater. They had a whole wing, Richmond. And they had another wing, other, out of state, wherever. So there's only 3 wings, and Southampton Receiving was for the youth. Anybody 21 and under. Wasn't nobody over 21 in there. So you ain't got a bunch of testosterone, you just got a bunch of young, wild, sometimes ignorant, savage, young dudes, and we fended for ourselves. So me coming up through that receiving, off the top, when I got there, fight. I literally mean fight first day off the bus. Like, you gotta prove it. They ain't putting you on no wing where you like, okay, just because you from out of state, you from here, you going with your homie. Nah, we need to know if you a coward, if you a chump, if you can stand on your own, because we beefing. Like, we click up, we mob up, and we go beef with young dudes. This is what we do even in the street. It start off in the home, beefing with your sisters and your brothers, then through the schools, then on your blocks and all that. No different. Anyway, I'm in there, and I run across a white guy who keep on saying, y'all niggas this, y'all niggas that, y'all niggas this. And come to find out, he an Aryan, but young. Like, that was his mentality. But at this time, we in the hole. We in the hole for disobeying direct orders. We young, they lock us in when we don't do what we supposed to be doing. So, you know, like, at that time, we ain't had no real fight in us to do nothing to the person because we behind a steel door and bars that locks us in. And if we good, they open up the steel door and let us hang out the bars. You know, breathe, get fresh air through the bars. That was like for people that was doing good. Well, this dude keep on disrespecting, keep on. And we couldn't get to him, no way. So I'm back there like, yo, man, come on, this thing, man, how we could get him, So I got all my mans, we on the doors like, yo, we got to get him. Like, we got to be good so we get out the hole and then make them take him out the hole. We just going to mob them out, right? That ain't happening. They tell me, yo, Divine, you ain't getting out. You getting transferred. You got too much time. You fighting already. You in the hole. So I had to come up with a unique plan, man. And my unique plan was a weapon. And my weapon of choice was I took magic shave, my piss, and some hot water and boiled it. Facts. I put that in the cup till it got as hot as it could get. And the day we going out for rec, he got to walk past my cell. So when he got in front of my cell, I literally had my cup and my arms out the bar. It's normal. But they think you just got your drink cup. Ain't nothing happening. I got an ink pen in my hand, and I called him. I said, yo, man, you the one next door? He spit. And when he spit, wrong move. I splashed this shit in his face. It went in his eye. I stabbed him in the face. Unbeknownst to me, little did I know, I took his eye out. I ain't know this until later on that day. That was my introduction to going to a prison because of that move. They came with the riot squad, which they called the goon squad.
Right.
They came with their electric shields, and they come 5, 6 deep to do what they call a cell extraction. That means they coming to subdue you, shock you, take you down, put cuffs and everything on you, and they going to either strap you to the bed for 24, 72 hours, or they going to just take you to another unit, another cell. Well, at that time, They had a bright idea for us. It was like, nah, we gonna send them to the mail facility across the street, Southampton Farm. That was the prison.
Right.
But before that happened, the warden come on the ring, who was Mr. Armstrong at the time. And in the midst of all this, my mans, we flooded. We flooded the whole way, flushing our toilets. We backing our toilets up flooding. As we demonstrate now. Because it's a reason why we did this to the guy, not just because, you feel me?
Right.
They don't want to understand this is retaliation for his action. So this how I go in prison. Anyway, they send us to Southampton Farm. They put us what they call the dungeon. That means in the back of C3 unit, it's a hole behind the hole. That means you don't see daylight. You don't got contact with nobody. Nothing. Only thing you hear, lights on, lights out, trays, mail. That's it. I was in there for 3 weeks. So if you ever noticed the movie Hurricane, remember when Hurricane was in his cell and when they come through lights out time and they cut the lights and they put nothing on and he got to get real close to the bars just to read, that's how that was. It was reminiscent of that.
That's crazy.
So they put me on the bus along with a few other dudes and they shipped me to Augusta State Prison. Now, when I tell you this was the moment where it's do or die. Like in Beanie Sigel's song, he said, and when I get there, give me a push rod tall and short. You feel me? Like that's how our mentality was because we about to die. We with grown men, we kids, so anybody look wrong, say the wrong thing, approach it the wrong, we attacking. This how we gonna make our mark. This how we not gonna become victims of sexual violence or robbery, extortion, whatever.
Right.
Anyway, getting off the bus, anything cool. You feel me? Like it's grown men. So we playing a different game. It's more respect and it's more of the code, convict code. So everybody gonna let everybody live until they see something contrary to them letting you live for. Like if you a chump, if you tell, if you do anything that ain't man, they gonna get you. So anyway, I'm in the reception area of the new prison, Augusta Correctional Facility, and getting my clothes, getting processed in. I go to medical, blood work, height, weight, and all that. So they send me to a D2 unit. That's a unit with a lot of old heads, a couple of young dudes. I come in. First day, as soon as I come through the door, all eyes on me. I felt like Tupac, man. I'm talking about, and they did not word, bro. I'm talking about, when I tell you, like, dudes will be lying to you if they don't tell you that they felt like they would be a victim or they was being targeted off the top. I felt like, oh, damn, like, I'm in it now, bro. Like, this is real.
Right.
Like, ain't no games, ain't no playing. All eyes on me, and they watched me from the first when I stepped in the door till I went to my cell. So I was in cell 122, top tier, second from the end. Anyway, I go to the cell, put my shit on the bed, make my bed up. I come out, stand on the bars. I'm just looking around. I don't see no familiar faces. So now I'm like, yo, I'm in the forest, bro, and all I see is wolves around.
Yeah, Augusta kind of far. Augusta's definitely about in the mountains slightly too. Like,
listen, it's at the beginning, bro. Like from Norfolk, it takes you 3.5, 4 hours to get there, and this the beginning of where the racism and all the white people was at. You feel me? Like, so you're right. It's at the beginning of the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Okay.
That's where it's at. So it's in the mountains. But this the introduction to the mountains. You feel me? So this our first interaction with when people say you getting shit to the mountains.
yeah, this the first mountain. This is the first one.
Yeah, bro. So this where it was. So I'm here, and here you see a lot of white officers, some black. But it wasn't even the officers that was the opposing threat off the top at first. And remember, I'm a child for real, bro. I'm only 19. I'm a child. So when I step onto the prison, it's like, yo, these are men. These are trained, these killers, these rapists, these dudes is everything that you see on TV and you hear about, but real life in the flesh. So I'm standing on the top tier. I'm looking. It's not a familiar face. I'm like, man, bro, this crazy, bro. Like, I couldn't even get myself together, bro. I couldn't even think past, like, what's going on. I'm not thinking about the rec call, the child call. Like, I know it's like 300 guard bodies there. I'm not even thinking about that. I got a whole team I don't know about. I ain't thinking about the time with the crew and the up north crew is real thick with each other, and they on the yard like this. Wait, I don't know about none of this, bro. I just felt like I'm a fish on land, and everybody got a fishing rod trying to scoop me. That's all I feel.
I feel you. That's nuts.
So it took me a time to get acclimated, accustomed to get familiar with the ropes, how things go.
Right.
The privilege about there was it was free reign, man. You could come and go as you wish. There was no really asking.
Right.
You just go to the booth and tell them. They pop the doors, you go. It was man stuff. Where I was at a man prison now, and you could come and go as you will. At the time, everybody was fresh, man. Your order from East Bay, the Allen Iversons, the George, we got everything, man. I'm talking about like, it was like being on the street. It's like a college campus almost. But mind you, I'm still not thinking like that. I see what's going on, but I'm thinking like I'm in it. And when I went to the yard the first day, hours later, blew my mind because I'm seeing people walking around with breasts, and I'm like, they let females walk around here? Nah, that was a dude, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about, hey, bro, listen, I'm keeping it a band.
Nah, I believe you.
It messed me up. So I'm like, they like, nah, that's dudes. Listen, rule number one, youngin. Like I had an old head just come out the blue because he heard me. Was like, yo, what the fuck? And I'm pointing it out, and he's like, yo, dude, rule number one, dude, don't mess with nobody for it. That's a death sentence. I'm like, what? I said, man, I don't play that game, bro. Like I'm the God. Well, nigga, your brother's down there. That's where y'all hang out at, nowhere else. Like this a dude telling me, and I feel offended. But in my mind, I'm like, this dude like 300. It looked like he left everything on the weight pal. He a bona fide killer. I know he got 2 knives because I see him. I ain't saying nothing back. I'm just like, all right. You know what I mean? I'm going with the flow. Like, he like, yo, don't borrow nothing from nobody that you can't pay back, and don't turn the TV without asking if anybody watching it. Them the only 3 rules I was given. Anything else, you on man time.
Right.
So I'm walking the yard. I go where the guards at, introduce myself. Boom, accepted with open arms. Within an hour, I got a TV, a little Magnavox color joint. I got a little Walkman because we didn't have CD players at the time. This is 1998. We got Walkmans at the time. They gave me a couple of tapes to listen to. I got the, of course, Reasonable Doubt. Got to bump that J. Got to bump that It Was Written Nas. You feel me? The classics.
The classics.
Got all that. Yeah, got the purple tape, the Raekwon.
Yeah.
So anyway, I get everything I need. Bag of clothes, bag of food, bag of cigarettes. I got everything. And they do that. What I didn't know is because this prevents you from borrowing, from running up debt, which could be dangerous and deadly in here. So I got everything I need, man. So anyway, break overtime for the morning. So I go back in the house unit, lock in, we go get count, clear count time. We come back out, dinner time and all that. We walking around, it's nighttime. Here dudes getting called for picture project. Everybody get fly to go take pictures. Well, this is a rinse and repeat cycle for the next month because my drama happened a month after I got there. So we made a real live movie, and the director was us. And here's the movie. So we walking down the boulevard one day, and at this time, the boulevard is classified as a walk space. It's almost like a street. One side of the street housing, the other side of the street these housing, and the middle street that separates them two housing from them separate sides of the streets is called the boulevard in the penitentiary, as you know.
Right.
So anyway, I'm on C&D yard, and they going to the barbershop on the upper side of the administration building on the boulevard, which is called J buildings. So they going to J5 to get haircuts. So I'm like, shit, I diddy bop up in the barbershop, me and like 3 of my mans, the guards, we youngest. So they called us at the time the shoe shop gang because 2 of my guys used to rob dudes that was new there for their sneakers. That's how they hustle. They robbed for the sneakers, sold it to dudes, and that's how they got their money. That's how they got their food and everything. Anyway, me and my guys, we walk up in the barbershop. I'm in the chair getting my hair cut. And I want to be politically correct when I say the next part, so no offense to nobody that's listening, viewing, whatever. But a person that's a part of the LGBT community steps in, a transgender male steps in, and he just busts out his mouth and saying, yo, all these tender young 5%ers running around here, I'm going to turn one of them out, girl,
What?
to another one. Facts, bro. Like,
No.
and I'm talking about but bro, we hear the conversation. So I'm so enraged. And my man stepped up and my man grabbed him by the collar. I'm so enraged I jumped up. Because that's one thing you don't do. If that's your lifestyle in prison, cool. We have no problem with that. But that's not our way. That's not our life. We not in that. But don't enforce that and bring that to me like this what it's going to be or else. So when I jump out the barber shop, bro, listen, I still got the barber smock, the barber apron.
Still got the cape
I'm in
on.
the middle of getting a haircut. Like, bro, my cut was the uptown fade with the hook part at the time. Like, my man's really about to give me the hook part. I jump out the chair. I go across his chin.
Immediately, man.
Man, bro, listen, I can't make this up, bro. Like,
That's
this
crazy.
is the real deal, bro.
I don't blame you.
I'm a fan with it, bro. Like, this all 100. But immediately after my hand connected, I knew I violated because this somebody boy.
Facts.
And all was going through my mind was, don't touch. You feel me? What that old head told me. But I'm knee deep in it now, bro. So what I do was I had to make sure I was good because my safety was everything. Now let me rewind just a little bit to let y'all know what I mean by my safety was everything. When I first stepped off the bus, being that I was under 21, I couldn't even buy cigarettes. They gave us a pink ID. That means you underage, you can't buy nicotine. I had to sign a waiver saying that the administration, the Department of Corrections, was not reliable or we're held liable for my well-being if I go to the yard. If I didn't sign it, they was going to put me in the hole until I turned 21. So I didn't want to be in the hole for 2 more years, so I signed the waiver, meaning I'm on my own. Now, one thing about a wolf, when they on their own, they going to find the wolf pack, you feel me? So that's just what it is, because we ain't surviving. We social creatures. We got to do this because we're in an environment where it's dog-eat-dog. I got to have my team. That's how you survive. It ain't about being afraid. It's about being smart. Anyway, now bring you back up to what happened. I remember when I connected with the old head soldier. I know the boy ran out. His partner ran out with him. I left right behind him, bro, because I know they going to get their people. He going to get his man. And his man not playing. He got it set in his head because I put my hands on his property. I went to the guards like, listen, this what happened. So we mob up and we go to the weight pal. So we all on the weight pal. Everybody off the weight pal. It's like 70 of us on the weight pal. I'm sitting in the middle of the weight pal on the incline bench. So I'm sitting on the incline bench and it's a 10-pound dumbbell next to my foot. All I see is like 30 dudes walking our way.
Oh my God.
Big white. Listen, bro, like it's on. Like this the real deal, bro. Like, and then they lock the gate, meaning can't nobody come on or get off.
Right.
It's about to pop right now. So anyway, I'm sitting there, man, and I'll be lying to you if I tell you I wasn't scared, bro. I definitely was, bro. Like real talk. I was scared because I don't know what's gonna happen. So I see him coming, and he got a dude that don't look like they coming to play, and I see the boy that I slapped with him. So I know the count. He walked over, and yo, which one of these? So the boy don't see me because all the elders in my nation is in front of me.
Right.
Yo, one of your mans put their hands on my boy. I gotta see him about that. So the dude that had me under his wing teaching me in the lessons at the time was like, nah, ain't nobody touching my youngin'. So he was like, man, yo, bro, you know the rules. So when he said that, I stepped to the side. He still don't see me. I clock him with the 10-pound dumbbell. No bullshit, bro. Like, I just hit him. Like, bro, like I'm talking about, I just hit him. Bang. When I tell you, bro, like, when I hit him and I looked in his face, it looked like it did nothing. A 10-pound dumbbell, bro. It's all steel, bro. It looked like it did nothing, like it was in a cartoon, bro. But you see the blood leaking. He grabbed his head, but it looked like it did nothing. Because I'm thinking, I'm a flatline me on his face. It's over. I'm going to stomp him out, and I'm not going to stop stomping him out until they come get me. He's standing. He backpedaled. His man pulled the knife out. My man's whip out. And when I was handed the knife, all I was told was eat. And when the man dropped to his knees, me and my dudes, we ate. And we just kept hitting him. And what I mean by hitting him, we stabbed him.
You have 1 minute.
Hey man, hey look, hey Divine, hey hold that thought right there, man. Hold that thought right there, man. We'll be back to wrap this up with Divine, man. Part 3, man. Coming, man. We're gonna wrap this up.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.